Alright, this is the tutorial for storage to Headstone. This is going to be really scuffed. I'm just going to stitch together a bunch of clips from this one recording, and I'm going to try to get it a few different ways to show it off. So, um, first, just safety save always before you get storage, open the chest to anything, just in case. Knock down the chest, get storage. This is all normal, just like fly across. Okay, now that you have storage, coming up, open the chest, and now you have a few options for swims. So the first one I'll show off is with the boomerang, because this is like the most common item. You might just only have the boomerang. I don't know what the spoiler actually looks like this week. So your swim spot is going to be this little wall right here, and we're going to be shooting ourselves to the right, so you need to do an inverted hop with the boomerang. So pull out the boomerang, hold down target, side hop to the left, and let go of target in midair. That makes it so when you press target, Link will shoot to the right, flat against this wall, hold down target, slowly, suggest moving the camera, then slowly moving Link in the water. Kind of moves onto this wall. At this point, I pause, turn my camera, because Link's kind of going to be, if you just kind of go off this wall to the left of my screen right now, Link's going to be going right towards Windfall and maybe Sploosh if I have too much speed. So be careful. I would pause here and try to turn and see, okay, I'm moving towards Windfall. I'm going to keep moving more south. We're going to Headstone. Move my camera. See, there's Windfall to my left. I made it far enough south. Now we're going for Headstone. So we're not just Headstone with the Headstone Submarine specifically. So once you're starting on my map, it's hard to see, but I am just entering the Headstone quadrant. At this point, you don't want to kill your speed, but definitely start looking for the sub. Here you can see there it is, very far north of the island. You can see there's Outset behind it relative to Headstone. Headstone is basically directly south of me. It's a little southeast. Outset's over there. The submarine is more north in the quadrant. So once you have chest storage and you are on top of the sub, next step is angle storage. We are jumping over to a certain pillar on Headstone. So I would recommend always run this with the telescope, but it's not super precise. You just need to make it onto this pillar, the one with the blue rupee on the right side of Headstone. See, here are all the green rupees, this pillar to the right of it. So target to store your angle, and then we're going to be sliding in up against this like bottom face of the periscope. Is that the word? Um, for the submarine. So you're going to slide straight through here. That does happen sometimes. Not really much you can do. Just slide, say a little more centered. I was not charging speed there. And then, like all angle storage, make sure your stick goes to neutral before you slash. I'd also recommend charging a more speed than you think you need, because if you end up in the water, the strat's pretty much dead. So I'm going to charge a little more, go to neutral, press B, and you see we make it onto here. You can hold forward, Link will roll, doesn't really matter. Next, but basically you want to get on top of this pillar. Next part is a little bit tricky. Here, if you have leaf, I would recommend make the wind face towards the island and just leaf over for absolute safety. Does barely loses time. Nice little safety strat. If you don't have leaf, what you can do, I would hold down target, then spin the camera around to face front of Link and tap down until Link falls. Once he falls once, tap down again to make him fall a second time. And now you're low enough. You can even go a little bit lower, but this is fine. And our goal is to jump over to this island. So once again, you're going to press target to store facing the island. Now we're going to slide backwards, and once we make it over the ridge that's kind of at the top of the screen right now, kind of going diagonally left up, we're going to go to neutral on the stick, press B to jump over. Then it's going to slide back until, see the red dots over the ridge now? We go to neutral and press B. Now that you've made it up here, you can just roll up like normal with chest storage. Stand where this yellow rupee is, kind of at the very tip. So it kind of comes to a small point here where Link's left foot is at the point. Maybe I'll center, go a little more to my side. Then put the tip of the boomerang, the kind of corner in Link's hand, lining up with the left corner of the island there. You're going to see you throw it, and then side hop to get it in midair and skip the little animation of Link picking up the item. And that's how you take storage to Headstone. Do keep in mind, once you get the item, that does not get rid of your storage. Obviously, you have the item that you stored from Rockspire, whatever it is. Um, but in order to go ways to get rid of your storage, you can always just go in and out of Earth Temple, or you could just save quit. Again, you've gotten the item, you've left the quadrant, so it is safe to save quit. Just keep in mind, if you try to swim off somewhere like here, you have chest storage. So it's going to be a little bit harder, but this is also a good way to chain storage around. Um, all right, next I'll show off how to get the item when you have the leaf. So I'm just gonna obviously you can get storage same way from DRI, swim whatever way suits you, and make it the headstone. Storage anywhere, it doesn't have to be DRI. Next, what I was just doing, jump over to this little rock. I think that one over there works too. And you're going to set your wind to the west. This makes this jump easier. Northwest, southwest is probably possible, but um, set it to the west. Then you can make the leaf jump over to this little rock right here, roll over, and then go onto this face. You kind of have to run to the left. Once you make it over the ridge, you're exactly where you were for the other version of the strat. Come up here, throw the boomerang, and you're all good. Another way you can do this swim, if you don't like the boomerang or you don't like that swim spot, is exactly in the normal spot for DRI. There's a couple of quirks to this with chest storage I just wanted to talk about. So first off, obviously with chest storage, you can see when you're up against the wall, Link is stuck to it a lot more. So if you were to start your swim from, let's say, over here, it would take a long time for Link to actually get into the water. Instead, I would recommend, you see, here's where Link gets in the water. Just start the swim right here, right where you're, like right before you get in the water. But you're gonna stick to the wall really easily, so you can go straight left and not be too worried. Then slowly get in the water. Now you're gonna see, even if I keep holding, try to get Link slowly, he's stuck to the wall. Something important to keep in mind here, if I were to just keep moving my left stick gradually from, you think if it moves inverted, right now I'm holding it down right. I move from down right to just down, or even down left. The earliest angle that Link will slip off the wall will send him right towards Fire Mountain. So instead, sometimes I like to do during this pause, open up the map screen, and then hold down left during the pause. So unpause, and then Link will shoot up right on my screen. So if I know Fire Mountain straight up right should get me past Fire Mountain. So I'm going to hold down left on the stick and unpause. You see there, I am heading at a good angle away from Fire Mountain. Now this speed isn't really enough to make it a headstone. I spent a little too much time chilling on top of the the wall, just killing my speed there while talking, but that's just showing off how to get an okay angle. I'll also just use to show off if you ever have storage and you're able to take it from Headstone, here's how you get in the Fairy Island. Whee! Little bonus clip for you. Alright, next island I'm going to show off is Angular. This is the closest overworld chest to Headstone, so if you want to sail, this is your best bet. The swim is a little RNG, and with storage it kind of sucks, so if you're not used to Angular swim, I would recommend just sailing. So make that decision first once you get to the island, whether you sail there or swim there. If you swim here and you want your boat, you can either save quit or you can jump back from that island and back. I haven't timed it, I'm not sure which is faster, but make that decision if you're gonna swim or sail first, because once you get storage, going through this loading zone or save quitting through storage will get rid of it, and you won't be able to do the glitch. So make the decision and get your boat before you start the strategy. Next is getting storage. This is a good Wind Waker dive spot, right where this block is. You get storage from there. Then you can either hookshot the chest, or just complete the movement as normal. And get chest storage. I'm gonna kill this guy just for audio purposes, so he's not being loud the whole time. So now you have, now for the swim, this is just normal angular swim, but with storage. So I'll try to show it off a little bit, but you can see the water RNG is not my friend right now. As you can see, the water RNG is kind of bad. It's still bad. So I'll pause once I get in the water and then hold the stick up to get Link off of the island, and then remove the stick kind of down right, moving him. So he moves to the left relative to the screen, and then you're moving to Headstone. So from here, go ahead and make your way to the sub, like you did before, and the rest of the strat is completely normal. Alright, I'm going to show off now Cliff Plat to Headstone. I'm not going to show off the inside of Cliff Plat. That should be another tutorial. But you can get storage up here. It's a fast dive, so just be ready for it. Okay. Store the chest. And then your swim spot is the isle with the warp on it. This is a pretty bad RNG swim. I'm going to do it with boomerang just because that's what we may have in the spoiler log. Alright, I got some good RNG now. I thought I did. I think as long as I have an okay ESS, this speed will still be fine. Yes, it's still very fine. You can see if you shoot straight off the island, you're going to be going south towards, I believe, 5-star. So I had too much speed. Yeah, I like to kill it while facing towards 5-star and then turning to links, like the right of the screen, uh, and going towards Headstone from here. So now I'm going to turn, pause, double check, I'm going, and yeah, make sure there's Headstone. So again, if you have Leaf, you could swim right onto Headstone and do the Leaf thing. Otherwise, you are going for the Submarine. So I'm going to go a little north here. And you see there, I went north and found the sub. And then from here, you do the jump as normal. So that's the Cliff Plat storage swim. And then the rest of the strat is normal.